with this ring. I give it to you in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost.
Amen. Marriage is a beautiful union created by God, but of late, the institution of marriage has experienced many divorces. Let's find out the causes and effects on children, couple, and the society at large. Marriage, an event that bonds two or more people together for life, thus creating a legal, cultural, or religious connection between them, is currently witnessing an increase in the rate of divorce.
Marriage is important if you want to be married. There are people that believe that they're not destined to be married, and they have biblical basis for doing so. But if you are meant to be married, if I am meant to be married, which I have been married, I should see it as something very, very important. And of course, there will be no growth in our society today if marriage has been taken out of the way from the onset. You and I wouldn't have been here.
This issue of marriage has become so vexing. God actually gave us marriage so that we can procreate, which is one. Number two, live in love. Number three, have harmony in society. A married person is more stable. A married person will think twice before getting some things done. And there are other advantages of marriage. What is marriage? Marriage is the union of two or more persons to the exclusion of others. Why would I say and more persons? We have statutory marriage, which is marriage after the act. That is the union of two persons to the exclusion of others for life. We have the other one, which is the customary marriage and the Islamic marriage. There's something called polyandry, which is practiced in South Africa. And in the definition of polyandry, it means a woman can have more than one man.
People marry for several reasons, including love, companionship, the desire to build a family, financial stability, social status, and to some extent, religious fulfillment.
Incidentally, in our modern day, you notice that a lot of people are not prepared for marriage, but they run into marriage. They run into marriage because of societal pressure, because the culture demands. A lady who is up to 30 wants to get married by all means, even when she's not socially prepared, psychologically prepared, spiritually prepared, financially prepared. Marriage is a contract.
Marriage is very critical. And of course, it is from marriage that we have families spread across society today. So marriage generally is important. You know, when you look at the Bible, Genesis chapter 2, God said it's not good for the man to be alone. He says, I will make him a help meet for him. That's Eve here. So even God knew that it was important for the man to be married. And of course, it talks about procreation, the essence of marriage, procreation, companionship, and all.
In nearly every case, the marriage is considered a watershed event in the participants' lives and a financial breakthrough for some.
The story of Akimi has become a reference point these days. And I think men are beginning to see a lot of sense in it. That when you buy properties, don't buy in your name. You have to buy in some other person's name. Because Akimi technically is poor. The wife, or the former wife, was richer than Akimi. So the implication is that she will pay for his lawyer's fee because she's technically richer than him. The man fights 40 fights, is beating blue black with swollen faces, and it is unconscionable for a woman to wake up and say, I will take half the property, and it's unconscionable. So I will encourage the woman, please buy properties in your name. Buy properties in your name. Once the marriage collapses, you can go with your property. I have been married for 20 years. I've encouraged my wife to buy property in her name. I even spend my own money to encourage her to act small and have a property in her name.
Many people go into marriage with great expectations, but sooner than later, misunderstanding, disagreements, and issues of incompatibility comes up.
Understanding between couples will actually minimize divorce. Yes, if there is lack of understanding, love will be out of the way, and then divorce can set in. Communication is very critical on the issue of marriage. And once communication is also taken out of the way, divorce can set in. So communication is key. Love is paramount. Communication is key. All right. Sacrifice for each other will limit the divorce rate we have. Because if I don't sacrifice, some families split because maybe the wife thinks the husband is not providing enough. All right. So the man is not living to the expectation. It can set divorce into play. All right. The man is unfaithful or the woman is unfaithful. All right. It can lead to divorce. All right. The man is not financially stable. You are saying layman, isn't it? The man is not, or the family is suffering financially, can lead to divorce to a layman. All right. Children are not coming when they expected. Can also lead to divorce in some areas.
Incidents of divorce sets in when the couple are unable to resolve their issues and turn a new leaf.
A man's infidelity is caused by the wife. Most women, married women, are prostitutes at home. They tell the man, if you don't buy me wrapper, you don't give me this one, don't give me this, I won't let you see my nakedness, I won't let you sleep with me. So at that stage, the woman is a higher species of a prostitute to her husband at home. And the man begins to struggle to meet material needs before he sleeps with the woman. So it becomes a problem. So a man's infidelity is usually caused by the woman. Though most men have prayerfully held their grounds to say they will not scatter their marriage. Even if the woman is going to kill me, let her kill me. You must conquer sin and conquer self. Some people think they've conquered sin, but they've not conquered self. The pride, the arrogance, empty vainglory of a woman makes the man begins to look outside. And that is the point, the threshold of divorce. If the woman can humble herself, respect the man, show respect, even when the man is wrong, tell him you're sorry. And your humility to the man will humble the man to a point where the man becomes a woman rapper. You cannot challenge a man and expect him not to react. The man will not respond, he will react. Reaction is better, is worse than response.
In most cases, divorce have occurred few months after the wedding, while some have taken a little longer. Some have been witnessed after 30 or 40 years of marriage. Many have identified the causes of divorce to be infidelity, financial problems, loss of intimacy, substance abuse, domestic abuse, lack of commitment, moral or religious differences, among others.
Marriage. Some marriage are good and some are bad with experience. You can meet a man, the first day you meet him or you met him, he'll be very nice with you, do this, everything for you. But all of a sudden, everything will now change. He may meet another woman, then that woman will turn everything upside down. Like my own, we are in the same compound, he's having an affair with another woman, that same compound. My husband friend will complain, why are you doing this to your wife? There's nothing wrong with her. But yes, still, you keep on doing it. So all of a sudden, several years beatings, not a small thing, fighting, not one time. Even my son is a grown-up guy. I gave him 5 children, that is twins, 2 times, including my first son. If you see them, they are grown-up boys and girls. But he will keep on. When that boy will go to work, they will just call him on phone. Come, this is what is happening with their mom. The boy will rush and come.
How long have you guys been married?
Almost 20-something years. At least, my dad died. He didn't come. My dad burial, he didn't come. After some months, he now pack his own load, pack his property and leave the house. So I now stay with my children. My message to other women, please, let God be first. Men, that they should sit up with their wife.
There are many, many causes of divorce, but I will sum it up to the lack of love. Some people say, I've seen very serious lovebirds divorce. All right. The question is, was that really love in the first place? If you read the book of 1 Corinthians, you will see the expressions of love. And the summary of it is that love never fails. And I believe it so sincerely, that love, genuine love, never fails. So, when love is out of the picture, and when the love of God, the unconditional love is out of the picture, divorce will set in.
Barrister Clifford, a legal practitioner and chartered mediator, while sharing with us the number of divorce cases he has handled so far, said, once the couple agrees to discontinue with their marriage, the court has no option than to dissolve the union, ruling that the two will cease to be husband and wife and could go their separate ways.
Divorce is not resolved. Once it's initiated, the woman files an application for dissolution of marriage, serves the man responds to the dissolution, to the application, and there are 7 grounds for any ground. I think it's section 15 from 2 to about that of the Marriage Act. Once you fulfill any of those, and the man may want to say, okay, I concede, let the marriage be dissolved. An order for decree nisi is given. And once the order is given, the marriage collapses. So you go your separate ways. But if there are issues or children in the marriage, you must also let the court know how you intend to take care of them, particularly if they are minor. Minor means they are less than 18. But marriage is a contract. If you are not ready to respect your man, don't go into marriage. Stay away from marriage.
This ugly twist in marriage have brought about a lot of dysfunctional families, caused some children to lose their balance in the society, academically, emotionally, and psychologically, while couples lose companionship, face emotional problems, and many more.
I have interacted with some people who are divorced over the years. The experience has never been palatable at all. Even to the people, even to the people that initiated the divorce, there are lots of regrets at the end of it all. All right. Companionship, as I mentioned earlier, is one thing that marriage brings. So when there is a divorce, that is broken. And some people look for succor and companionship from almost everywhere. So there are lots of dangers in divorce. The primary thing I would like to say is what the Bible says in Malachi chapter 2, verse 15. It says that marriage is supposed to bring godly seeds. So when parents divorce, the children are targets by the enemy. All right. Many go into all sorts of vices. All right. Assuming a father and a mother or a husband and a wife divorce and they stay separately, maybe in different cities. A child can stay with the father today and just leaves and say, I'm going to my mother. Probably the parents are not communicating. So the child can go anywhere, stays there, do all sorts of things, and the father will assume that the child is with the mother. So over time, the child can go into all sorts of vices because there's no parental coverage, oversight over that child. So the child usually, or the children, are usually the primary targets. And then 2, companionship is lost. 3, the society eventually will be affected because it is from the families that we have a church. It is from the family we have schools, from the families that we have, markets. So the society generally is made up of people from the families. So if we have broken people from broken homes, we will have a broken society.
Most people have argued that love is not typically an African thing. Let's go to the street and find out when last you told your spouse or partner, I love you.
Take my husband out. Yes, ma'am. I don't have money. You know, a woman don't have money. Woman money end with children. I used to buy him singlet, boxers, what I can do, yes. On that Valentine's Day, I used to tell, love is every day. That one is fixed. It's every day. I love him every day. Experience is that marriage is good, sweet. When you obey your husband, you trust each other. That's all. That's all about marriage.
I often take her out anytime I want because to me, love is every day. As far as your love is concerned, there's no peculiar time you have to take someone out. You know, sometimes people will say, I'm going out on a Valentine's Day, any festive season and that. No, to me, love is natural. You can take your wife or your fiancé or even your girlfriend out anytime you want, as far as you have what it takes. All right, I told her this morning when I woke up, I called her and tell her, baby, I love you.
It was an anniversary, so we went out to the studio, we hung out and enjoy ourselves and have fun with our baby. On his birthday, I bought him a t-shirt and a jean to tell him how much I love him, because when you find the right person, you will be happy in your marriage.
Marriage is sweet and marriage is good. When you are about to make choice in marriage, you don't rush into it. I love my wife. Giving her gifts, I think I did that on last Sunday. Taking her out, stress everywhere. So I wouldn't lie. It has been long since we went out together. But I'm looking up for that.
With the increasing rates of divorce cases in the society and the world at large, couples are advised to love and respect each other in order to sustain their marriage and be good example to their children. I am Esther Otoyo. Enjoy the rest of our programs on Spectrum TV.